lovelies, I'm Hannah. You're welcome to Hannah Key Signature YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to draft the half scale bodice block. Okay, so to start with, we'll be starting with our horizontal lines. Okay, now to get these horizontal lines, this is what you're going to do. Remember, we have the back and the front, okay, bodice block. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to divide your bust. Your bust divided by 3 will give you this line. So I'm dividing my bust. My bust divided by 3 will give me 12. Okay. So you mark from here. You mark 12 inches so that you'll be able to have 2 of them here, both the back and the front. So I have 12 inches there too. Remember, there won't be seam allowances on this bodice block. Okay. It's just the bodice block. Okay, so now I have 12.5 inches here left, which is okay for me. Okay, so we'll start with our lines. So I'll be coming down here by 1 inch for the starting line. You can do half an inch, you can do 1 inch. Let's connect them. Okay, we have our starting line there. Okay, so remember I said 12 inches on both sides. Okay, so I can make use of this part, and if this part will not be enough for you, you can turn it like landscape. Okay, the other side. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. So I'll be measuring my horizontal lines, taking them down, okay, then before the other way. So now from here I'll be measuring my armhole line, my shoulder line. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2 to give me 8 inches. Okay, let me just mark it here. So whatever you have here, bring it down here for your armhole line, or you can also use this method. Your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. If that works for you, you can use it. But for me, or you measure your round armhole. Okay, you measure it round on your client or yourself, whatever you get. If it corresponds with your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5, if it corresponds with that, you can use it. And if it doesn't, if it corresponds with your shoulder divided by 2, you use it. Make sure you cross check all the methods. Okay, it works for some people and doesn't work for some people. Okay, all right, so this method, I'll be using shoulder divided by 2, works for me perfectly. This is my armhole line. You take it here too. Okay, your 8 inches, you bring it down here too. Remember, we are drafting the back and front together. Your 8 inches here. So now from there, let's come down to our bust point. From my shoulder, everything starts from your shoulder. This starting line, this represents your shoulder line. Okay, so from here you get your bust point. My bust point is 10 inches. From here you measure. Okay, so from here, make sure your measurements are accurate. Okay, from there I don't need to measure my underbust. Okay, so I just go to the half length. My half length is 16 inches. Okay, so I have it here. So let's connect them. So you connect with your ruler, straight ruler. Okay, now I have them. Here is my shoulder line, here is my armhole line, here is my bust point. Okay, from my shoulder to my bust point, here's my shoulder to my half length. Okay, and here is a 12 inches. Remember how I got this? I said your bust divided by 3. Your bust divided by 3. Okay, whatever you get, you put it here. Remember, this is a basic bodice, half scale bodice block. Okay, so now let's proceed. So now let's take our measurements here. Remember, for this back is usually shorter than the front. You can measure your back length. Okay, mine is 14. My front length is 16, while my back is 14. So I'll be going up here by 2 inches and connect it. Let me do that and show you. So okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is the back. I've erased this part. Okay, you can see this is 14 inches and this is the 16 inches. So let me measure. I have my 14 here. You can see here I have my 14 and I have my 16 for the front part. Okay, so now let's take our, I said my shoulder is 8 inches. Okay, so you have it here. So let's mark the 8 inches here too. You mark it here too. and you connect with your ruler. Okay, I've connected it. So now, okay, to get your neck measurement, the width and the depth, this is what I usually do. You divide your bust measurement divided by 12, whatever you get, you place it there. Okay, mine is 36, so 36 divided by 12 gives me 3 inches. Okay, all right, this is the basic neck width. Okay, so and the depth, I'll do 3 inches as well. Then you connect it with your ruler. I hope you're getting it. Okay, I've connected it. All right, so this is the back, this is the front now. So this is what you're going to do here. You measure your bust, okay, divided by 4. Okay, mine is my bust divided by 4, I have 9 inches. Okay, so 9. So this is what I usually do to add ease to it. Okay, I usually instead of dividing 36, I do 37 divided by 4. So I've added 1 inch for ease. Okay, so as for the person to be able to move freely. Remember, the 36 is the actual measurement. Okay, so I usually add 1 inch to it, so that would be 37. So 37 divided by 4 gives me 9.25. Okay, so I'll put my 9.25 here. That is not a sewing allowance. Okay, that's just for ease. Okay, so I'll add it here. My waistline is you also add 1 inch to your waist measurement, whatever you have on your waist. Okay, you add 1 inch to it. Mine is 31, so I add 1 to it, which gives me 32. So 32 divided by 4 gives me 8 inches. Okay, so I'll put my 8 inches here. So now for the dart, okay, dart intake here, I'll add 1 inch to it. Okay, I'll add 1 inch to this, 8 inches. So now here you divide your dart measurement. I'll show you how to measure. Maybe I'll do a video on how to measure your dart. Okay, your nipple to nipple. So mine is 6.5. If I use 7, it will be okay. So 6.5 divided by 2 gives me 3.25. So I'll place it here, 3.2. Okay, you bring it up here to the ball's point. Okay, and then you connect it with your ruler. On these dart legs, you come out by half an inch on both sides. Okay, 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch on both sides here. Then you connect it to your waistline. Remember, this is the basic. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so now for this part on the shoulder line, remember we haven't done our shoulder slope. For this shoulder slope, I'll come down. For the shoulder slope, I'll come down by 1.5 inches. Okay, 1.5 inches here. Then I'll connect it to the shoulder, to the neckline, like so. So here now on this armor line, you go up by 3 inches. Okay, here you go up by 3 inches from here. You mark it here, the middle of this part. Okay, so you measure it 3 inches. You go up by 3 inches here. Then you mark it. Then you come in by it depends on your bust. For my bust 36, I'll do 0.75. Okay, for bust that is up to like 40, you can come in by 0.5 inch. Okay, all right, so I'm doing 0.75. Then I'll connect it. Okay, so now I'll connect it from here to this point, then this way, so my armor line, like so. Okay, you can see it now. So now this is what we're going to do. Let's leave this part. Let's come here first. So now let's connect this together. I like to use this part. Remember, our side is not really straight. So this is it. We're almost done with the front. So now you go to this neckline. Okay, we are going to tighten this neckline. Okay, remember we came down by 1.5 here, so we're going to tighten this neckline. So to tighten this neckline from this part here, from this neckline, you come down by 0.5 inch. I hope you understand what I'm saying. To tighten this neck line. Remember, some people sometimes when you sew, when you make a blouse or a dress, sometimes part of the neckline will be shooting up. It's not. Sometimes it doesn't relax on the neck. Okay, so to avoid that, you tighten this area. Okay, so I'm coming down by 0.5 inch. You can see. Then you connect it back to this shoulder line. So you can see what I've done. I've tightened this part, okay, with 0.5 inch. So we'll be cutting from here. So now we are done with the front part. Let's go to the back. All right, I hope you understand it, and I hope you're already subscribing to my channel. You can ask me any question if you do not understand it. Okay, all right, let's measure our bust dart. Okay, from this part, from this bust point, you come down here by 2 inches. Remember, the back is shorter than the front. Okay, so you mark your 2 inches here. For this bust point, when you mark your nipple to nipple point, okay, on the dart leg, you go out by 1 inch and you go in by 1 inch, and you connect it to the bust point. Okay, the line here. Don't come down by 1 inch. All right, so let's do the side, the bust, you can call it side dart or bust dart. Okay, so remember, the back is shorter than the front. Okay, so the 2 inches here, you're bringing it here. Okay, so you come down from the bust point by 2 inches. Okay, I have my 2 inches here. Then you connect it to the bust point here. Everything goes to the bust point, from here to the bust point, here to the bust point. Let me connect and show you. So this is what I'm talking about. You can see the front is ready. You can see here. Okay, so this is the front. So now let's go to the back. All right, so for the back neckline, from the shoulder line, you measure. Remember, you have 8 inches here. Your shoulder divided by 2. This is what I have here. This is mine here, 8 inches. Then I'll bring it down to the armhole line. Okay, bring the 8 inches here too. Then I'll connect it with my ruler. Connect it with a straight ruler. Okay, connected it here. Okay, so I've connected it here. All right, so for this on the armhole line, you measure your bust divided by 2. Remember what I told you to do here. Okay, you add 1 inch to your round bust circumference. Okay, for ease. So mine, I'll be having 9.25 here. Okay, I have 9.25 here. So for the shoulder slope, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. Remember, the front, we came down by 1.5 inch. So here I'll be coming down by 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch here. So for this neck width and the neck depth, remember we did 3 inches here, so you do 3 inches here too. Okay, 3 inches here too. Then the depth, you go down by 1 inch. Okay, then you connect it. So I'm done connecting. You can see that. So the next thing to do is to connect this shoulder slope to this neckline. Okay, remember we came down by 1 inch here on the shoulder slope, so you connect like so. Okay, so I've connected it. Now remember, we tightened this front part. To tighten this back neckline, okay, you come down by 0.25 inch. Okay, so 0.25 inch here. You come down by 0.25 inch here, and you connect it back to this point. Okay, to tighten the shoulder. Remember, I explained to you why I'm doing this. Okay, so for this back armhole, okay, for the mid part, you divide this part, what you have here, by 2. Remember, here we went up by 3 inches for the front part. So for the back part, you divide whatever you have there by 2. I think I have 7 inches here, so you divide it by 2. That should give me 3.5. Okay, so you divide by 2. Let's just divide by 2 whatever we have there. So for the back, you go in by 0.5 inch. Okay, so you connect this way as well. We almost done. So I've done that. You can see I've connected them. Okay, so now let's go to the waistline. Okay, remember the waist here is 8 inches. Okay, so you also remember what I told you to do. Waist here is 8 inches as well. So for the dart, you add 1 inch for the dart. Okay, so here now for the back, remember our back is not straight. We're going to remove 0.5 inch here. Okay, for this part at the back. Okay, 0.5 inch here. So you take away 0.5 inch here. Whatever you take from here, make sure you return it back here. Okay, so I've taken away 0.5 inch here. I will add it here. This is to tighten the back region. Okay, so I'll take it back here, 0.5 inch back to this point. So I'll connect it to the bust point, okay, to the armhole line. I hope you're understanding it. So connect it back like so. So I've done that. So now let's connect this up there, okay? The tighten, we want to tighten the back now. So you tighten the back. Remember, okay, let's add our dart now, okay? Remember here, before tightening the back, okay, from here, okay? From here, okay? Don't come in here, okay? From here, from the edge here, you measure your dart intake there. We did 3.25 there. So sometimes I usually add half inch to the 3.25 for the back. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do now. I have 3.25 plus 0.5. Okay, will give me 3.75 for the back dart. On the armhole line, I'll mark my 3.75. Okay, connect it together. I hope you're getting it. So you come down by 1 inch here. Okay, on this back, then you connect it to the waistline. This part, this waistline, you got coming by 0.5 inch here, and you go out by 0.5 inch here, and then you connect it. Okay, I'm done connecting. So let me cross check here first. Did I add the dart? The 8 inch, okay. The 8 inch for the waist allowance, the dart, and the back tightening, okay. I've added it back here. Okay, so as for it to correspond, okay, when joining them together. So we are done with the half scale basic bodice block, okay. So now we're going to cut it out. Let me cut it out and show you. Okay, let me show you how to cut it out. Okay, for this back, okay, remember we're going to close this dart, okay. All right, so let's cut this out like so. Let me show you how to cut it out. When you're cutting from here, remember, no allowances here, no allowance, okay? So when you cut, just come straight this way, okay? Remember, we're going to be closing the dart, okay, here, okay? So you can open up this dart so as for you to be able to close up this dart, okay? Okay, let me just come this way. Let me take it out this way. Remember, we tighten this part, so we're going to cut from here, not this one up there. This one here. Okay, all right, so now for this part we're going to open the bust dart, okay, so as to be able to close it. Make sure when you're opening, don't open all to the end, okay. Leave about 0.25 or just about few points there, and you close it up. Don't worry about this bulky part, okay? Just leave it. You close it. Showing you by the time you stitch it on your fabric, this is what you get, okay? So make sure you're closing on the line. So now, see this line, you have to redraw your line here, okay? The side here, the side seam, you have to redraw it, okay? You can see what I'm talking about here, okay? So as for you to blend here. So let's redraw. Okay, you can see here. No, I've redrawn the line here. So this is it for this part. I've closed this part. Okay, now remember we have cut, we've closed this bust dart. We are going to be transferring it here. Okay, this is what we'll do. You just open up this part, okay? Open up this dart leg, okay? Open up this midpoint, okay? We'll be transferring the dart here. Be careful, don't slit through, okay? So you can see I've transferred, you can see the tension now. I've eased off this bulky part now, okay? You can see I've transferred this dart to this point. Remember, this part was bulky before, so I've eased it off, okay, by transferring this dart here to this point here. So now we're going to split off this dart too, okay? Then let me show you. Let me split off this part, okay? Remember, this is the dart here. We've transferred it here, okay? This is why it's giving you this flat look. Okay, so let's take this also. We have dart here, so let's take it off too, okay? I hope you're understanding it. Okay, let's take it off. Then I'll show you how to close it, this part, okay? Okay, so you can see all the dots are here. So let me show you how to close it. I'll bring another paper and place it underneath, okay? You can see we have both dots here. Let me bring a brown paper and show you. Okay, I've placed a brown paper for you to see it underneath it. So you can see the dots are here. So the dots are here. So for me to be able to close those dots too, I placed this here. Remember, it's still flat. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be throwing it, okay? This is what you can see what I'm saying. This dot leg here and this dot leg, you close it this way. You can see what I'm saying. Close it this way. Be careful not to tear your paper. You close it this way. Okay, don't worry about those bulky parts, okay? Be careful here, okay? Remember, this is a paper, not a fabric, okay? Close the starts. This is what we get by the time you close it, okay? You can see what I'm saying? So just be careful with the paper, okay? The dot legs and this dot leg together this way, okay? You can see what I've done, all right? So you can see, so together here, then you tape it down. You can see it now. So we're going to through this part, okay? Because they're not even there. So now let's through this part with our ruler, straight ruler. You can see what I'm talking about. See this part? It's no longer straight. You can see one is coming out. So you just through it with your ruler, straight ruler, like so. Okay, it has to blend with this part, okay, from here to here, this part, okay, so we can cut it out now. So we have it ready. So the front part is ready. You can see it there. You can see we've been able to close this part, this dot here, this boss dot, we transferred it here, we open up this part, then we close it too. You can see by the time you do this on your fabric, this is what you will have. Okay, all right, so let's go to the back. Remember, this will be cut on fold. Imagine this on fold, this part will be like this. Okay, so let's go to the back. Okay, I hope you're already subscribing to my channel. I hope you're already clicking on the like button. If there's any question, you can ask me. Okay, so let's cut out this part too. Remember, we're taking this off, this back tightening. Okay, we've added it back here. Okay, so we'll take it out. Remember, no seam allowances here. So you add your preferred seam allowance on the side. So for this back, you can add your zipper allowance if you like, or if you're not adding any zip allowance here, you can close it off, okay? With you just have the 0.5 inch here, 0.5 inch here. Make sure you add 0.5 inch on the shoulder line too, okay? If you want to add on the neckline, you can do that, and then the armhole line. Then here you can add your preferred seam allowance, maybe 2 inches, maybe 1 inch, maybe 0.5 inch. And here too, on the half length, don't forget to add your 0.5 inch, because this is the half scale bodice block. Okay, so for the dart too, we can close the dart. Okay, no need to split anything. You can close it here. You can just take it in or take it out here. Okay, for this dart here, let's just close it up. You can close it at the back here. Okay, let's just close it up here. See, let me show you clearly. This leg, you just take it away this way. One dart leg. Okay, by the time you do that on your fabric, this is what you will have. This is what you will have. So you tape it down. We are done with the back. We are done with the back. We are done. So we don't need to throw anything here. So we are done with the back. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are done. Like, we are done. Okay, this is the back, and this is the back, this is the front. Okay, all right, this is the back panel, that is the front. Let me write it there, front and back. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. You can see this is the back. After closing the bust dart, you can see now they align each other. You can see, so this is the back and this is the front. Let me bring it closer so you can see it. You can see, I hope you can see. So this is the back, By the time you stitch this on your fabric, this is what you have. You add your seam allowances, okay? We tighten the back, we tighten the neck region, and this is the front. Remember, this is just a paper. By the time you stitch it in your fabric, this is what you will have. This will be cut on fold. Okay, you cut out 2 of this for the back. Then the front will be cut on fold, except you want to do maybe your shirt or whatever you want to do. This is the half scale bodice block. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If you find my video helpful, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and also comment. Okay, if you want me to teach or any design, put it in the comment section below. I will be there to read and also reply. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all. Bye for